The pavement cracks down by the general store, where we both swore we wanted something more. The small town hummed, the fireflies did gleam, lost inside a beautiful waking dream. You took my hand, I didn't breathe a sound. The spinning world felt suddenly unbound. It wasn't luck that pulled us close that way, it felt like fate had waited for this day. I felt the rhythm changing in the air, a silent promise that we had to share. It wasn't just a flutter in the breeze, it was destiny winding through the trees. Underneath the county line, constellations, we felt the force of sweet revelation. My heart kept time right next to your own beat, a prophecy delivered perfectly complete. This isn't just a crush, it's the truest thing. The happily ever after that the angels sing, right here, right now, I promise you forever. Small town love, nothing could be better. We watched the Big Dipper pour out the night and bathe the dusty roadway in silver light. I traced the future in your steady hand. Suddenly I understood the promised land. No king or queen on a gilded throne could ever know a love like we have known. Your every breath became my favorite tune, right there beneath that big country moon. I felt the rhythm changing in the air, a silent promise that we had to share. We weren't just holding hands to pass the time, we were tangled up within a perfect rhyme. Underneath the county line, constellations, we felt the force of sweet revelation. My heart kept time right next to your own beat, a prophecy delivered perfectly complete. This isn't just a crush, it's the truest thing. The happily ever after that the angels sing, right here, right now, I promise you forever. Small town love, nothing could be better. They say fairy tales don't happen round here, just long drives and wishes drying up with the year. But I thought fate sealed the deal when you kissed my face. This wasn't luck, it was God's perfect grace. We don't need castles built on rolling hills, just two matching hearts and a love that stills every doubt, every whisper, every single fear, and keeps our forever starting from right here. Forever stars tonight, under the blue velvet sky, hand in mind, watching the hours fly. Our happily ever after finally found in this little small town on hallowed ground. County line constellations, forever stars right now.
The town clock just chimed 11 times, a hazy golden summer breeze. We drove past all the county lines, away from the shadows of the old oak trees. You turned your baseball cap around just so, and when our hands first intertwined, I felt my careful breathing go, leaving the normal world behind. My heart a hummingbird against my ribs, you looked up at the black sky deep. I knew this night wasn't just the bits of secrets that the young girls keep. There was a whisper of a grander tale, a feeling planted long ago, a love that promised it would never fail, a place only we were meant to go. This ain't no ordinary moonlit drive, this is the turning of the page, the moment when a destiny comes alive, right here on our small town stage. A Main Street constellation, pure and true, a promise whispered in the dark. If happily ever after is waiting for me and you, tonight's the place we make our mark. I still remember the way the night smelled like fresh cut hay and river mist. We watched the slow faint satellite and seal forever with a first kiss. talked about the future that we'd build down to the basics, simple and clear. My hungry heart was finally filled. A small town fairy tale starting right here. My heart, a hummingbird against my ribs. You looked up at the black sky deep. I knew this night wasn't just the bits of secrets that the young girls keep. There was a whisper of a grander tale, a feeling planted long ago, a love that promised it would never fail, a place only we were meant to go. This ain't no ordinary moonlit drive. This is the turning of the page, the moment when a destiny comes alive, right here on our small town stage. A Main Street constellation, pure and true, a promise whispered in the dark. If happily ever after is waiting for me and you, tonight's the place we make our mark. They said small town dreams were fragile things, but ours were forged in starlight gold. We weren't searching for the diamond rings, just a story that would not grow old. It wasn't luck, dear, it was always fate, written in the heavens strong and bright. And though the hours grow late, I'll never forget this promised night. Hand in hand, heartbeats aligning slow, under the stars above the mill. Wherever we are destined now to go, I know that I love you and I always will. Main Street constellation, happily ever after. Constellation, forever starts now.
We were just two kids running out of time beneath the porch light of a sleepy town. I memorized every crease, every line, the way your eyes looked when the sun went down. You were tracing circles in the dusty ground. I was waiting for the perfect word to find, when a quiet kind of stillness came around and left the rest of the weary world behind. That was our Main Street fairy tale, written in starlight and written in truth. A destiny carved where the pavement trails, the moment I swore I belonged to you. Two lonely heartbeats finally aligned under the velvet dark of July, leaving all doubt and the past behind. A promise we keep till the day that we die. We talked about travel and leaving this space, but our footsteps stopped cold by the river's bend. We found a new meaning in this simple place, knowing where the story was supposed to end. Hand in hand like we practiced the fit, my small world tilted on a single breath. I realized right then, darling, this was it, beyond first crush and stronger than death. That was our Main Street fairy tale, written in starlight and written in truth. A destiny carved where the pavement trails, the moment I swore I belonged to you. Two lonely heartbeats finally aligned under the velvet dark of July, leaving all doubt and the past behind. A promise we'd keep till the day that we die. They say that true love is the rarest of things, a lucky shot fight across the blue, but standing there under the whisper of wings, I knew my destiny was finding you. No wishing well needed, no magic wands gleaming, just the sound of forever when you said my July, leaving all doubt and the past behind. A promise we keep till the day that we die. A promise we keep till the day that we die. Under the velvet dark of July, my Main Street fairy tale, you and I, happily ever after, you and I.
We put off the road where the asphalt ends, past the silo where the highway bends. That dusty gravel lot we always knew felt like a cathedral built just for us two. The air was sweet with honeysuckle vine, a moment borrowed from the hands of time. And though the world kept turning far away, we knew this night was meant to lead the way. When you reached out and brushed your hand on mine, a tiny touch rewrote the dotted line. My pulse was pounding like a drum machine, the brightest vision I had ever seen. Oh, that North Star promise shining bright, it turned a humble road to fairy tale light. Two small town hearts defying all the odds, signed our names beneath the watching gods. With your hand in mine, our heartbeats kept the time. Said I do before the clock hit midnight chime. We found our own forever, standing still on that forgotten little country hill. We didn't need a crown or silk so white, just moonlight spilled across the dark of night. I saw the man I knew I was meant to find, a perfect fit design just for my mind. We whispered vows we couldn't take back now. No need for rings or a fancy altar vow. They say true love stories are hard to keep, but ours was written while the whole town was asleep. And when you told me you could feel it too, that ancient thread that pulls me close to you, my pulse was pounding like a drum machine, the clearest future I had ever seen. Oh, that North Star promise shining bright, it turned a humble road to fairy tale light. Two small town hearts defying all the odds, signed our names beneath the watching gods. With your hand in mine, our heartbeats kept the time. Said I do before the clock hit midnight chime. We found our own forever, standing still on that forgotten little country hill. They can pave the roads and change the town's whole name, but our forever burns with the same old flame. Maybe we'll raise our kids beneath these eaves, watching destiny unfold through autumn leaves. If all we have is this patch of earth tonight, that's all the heaven that our love needs to make it right. Oh, that North Star promise shining bright, it turned a humble road to fairy tale light. Two small town hearts defying all the odds, signed our names beneath the watching gods. With your hand in mine, our heartbeats kept the time. Said I do before the clock hit midnight chime. We found our own forever, standing still on that forgotten little country hill. Our North Star promise, hand in hand we kept the time. Forever starting right here, right now. Yeah.
The county fair had packed up tight, and Main Street dimmed its neon light. We were leaning on the rusted rail, watching shadows start to sail. The dusty scent of summer breeze shook the leaves off sleeping trees. You hummed a tune I didn't know, and that's when the clock began to slow. You didn't have a fancy line, just looked at me and said, I think you're mine. Then reached across the narrow space with that sweet smile upon your face. My heart forgot the common sense and traded simple innocence for the sudden warmth of your embrace. A sudden peace in this small place. This ain't just starlight, this is magic tonight. A small town constellation shining bright. I felt the current of destiny run true when I promised all my forever here to you. Yeah, our two heartbeats found the perfect time in this low-key fairy tale. You were all mine, right here where the fields meet the gravel road. This is the true love story that will hold. I used to read those stories fast, hoping that the romance would just last. I never thought a glass slipper shine would start beneath the old town sign. But every movie scene I loved was wrapped up in the stars above. When you held my hand against your chest and told me I was better than the best. This ain't just starlight, this is magic tonight. A small town constellation shining bright. I felt the current of destiny run true when I promised all my forever here to you. Yeah, our two heartbeats found the perfect time in this low-key fairy tale. You were all mine, right here where the fields meet the gravel road. This is the true love story that will hold. They say that time moves way too fast and nothing good is built to last. But this feeling isn't made of mist, it's the strongest night that could exist. We've got the kind of promise etched in fate, a happily ever after we don't have to wait. This ain't just starlight, this is magic tonight. A small town constellation shining bright. I felt the current of destiny run true when I promised all my forever here to you. Yeah, our two heartbeats found the perfect time in this low-key fairy tale. You were all mine, right here where the fields meet the gravel road. This is the true love story that will hold. Darling, hand in hand, the truest love in all the land. Underneath the midnight sky, forever starts right here, you and I. Forever starts right here.
Calendar said Friday night in June, underneath a big slow harvest moon. We were sitting on a picnic table bench, listening to the slow backcountry quench of the crickets singing out their soft refrain. By the dirt road and the pouring rain, when you smiled, the damnness disappeared, and the simple truth of us became so clear. We were standing on the edge of everything, waiting for the destiny the stars would bring. Oh, the clock stopped turning on Main Street Square when your heartbeat echoed in the velvet air. Two souls caught by a current deep and strong, knowing where we belong. Hand in hand, we watched the constellations burn. This was a lesson that the stars had come to learn. It wasn't luck, it wasn't just a path.
etched in the stardust and the state line.
I had heard the legends of the prince and bride, of the magic you can never run and hide. But I never thought a dream that sweet and grand could be found right here in this ordinary land. You said, look up there, those diamonds, paradise. And in that moment, under heaven's grace, I saw my whole life shining in your face.
Oh, the clock stopped turning on Main Street Square when your heartbeat echoed in the velvet air. Two souls caught by a current deep and strong, knowing where we finally belong. Hand in hand, we watched the constellations burn. This was the lesson that the stars had come to learn. It wasn't luck, it wasn't just a passing phrase. We were written into forever in those small town days. True love etched in the stardust and the state line. They say that fairy tales are stories told in youth, but we made a promise in the honest truth. Every chapter would be marked by grace, right here in this beautiful unhurried place. No need for carriages or magic spells, just the quiet chime of our wedding bells and the simple vow we breathe beneath the tree to build our own happily ever after, me and thee. Oh, the clock stopped turning on Main Street Square when your heartbeat echoed in the velvet air. Two souls caught by a current deep and strong, knowing where we finally belong. Hand in hand, we watched the constellations burn. This was the lesson that the stars had come to learn. It wasn't luck, it wasn't just a passing phrase. We were written into forever in those small town days. True love etched in the stardust and the state line. Yeah, etched in the stardust and the state line. You and me, darling, for all time. Hand in hand beneath the light of that first magical fairy tale night. Forever starts now. Oh, forever starts now.
The air was thick with honeysuckle bloom, chasing away the summer afternoon. We didn't go to the city or the coast, we stayed right here where we love the most. Just two long chairs pulled up to the curb, listening close to every quiet word. You were talking about your daddy's old truck. Suddenly I ran right out of luck, 'cause the way you smiled was a universe wide, and I knew destiny couldn't hide. The crickets sang a perfect harmony as you took my hand instinctively. Two simple heartbeats against the quiet air, the sound of fate waiting right there. Oh, we sealed it under starlight and Main Street lights, a true love story on a fairy tale night. No doubt in my mind, no chance, just destiny's call. I gave you my forever and you promised it all. Hand in mine beneath that velvet blue, it was always gonna be me and you. Happily ever after started right here, just quiet faith instead of frantic fear. We don't need castles built of solid gold, just the comfort of the hands we choose to hold. We watch the fireflies flicker in the dark, leaving little temporary magic marks. We knew this feeling wasn't borrowed time. It felt like fate setting up the paradigm. We could hear the promise clear and strong, where we both belong, where we both belong. The whole small town just fell away from sight, lost in the glow of one exceptional night. Two simple heartbeats against a quieted air, the sound of fate waiting right there. Oh, we sealed it under starlight and main street lights. A true love story on a fairy tale night. No doubt in my mind, no chance, just destiny's call. I gave you my forever and you promised it all. Hand in mine beneath that velvet blue. It was always gonna be me and you. Happily ever after started right here. Just quiet faith instead of free fear. They say that first love always has to change it. Life comes in and rearranges, but there's a signature upon the midnight sky, a promise made that we will never let die. This ain't just a chapter we look back on someday. This is a story that will lead the way. Oh, we sealed it under starlight and main street lights. A true love story on a fairy tale night. No doubt in my mind, no chance, just destiny's call. I gave you my forever and you promised it all. Hand in mine beneath that velvet blue. It was always gonna be me and you. Happily ever after started right here. Just quiet faith instead of frantic fear. Frantic fear. Oh, quiet ever after started right here. Right here. Holding me so near. Under stardust, main street lights. My fairy tale night. My fairy tale night.
We were parked out past the last street light we knew. Just 18 summers, nothing much else to do. The radio soft, playing a sweet slow melody. I didn't know then you were my whole destiny. You weren't Prince Charming, I wasn't waiting on the throne. We were two awkward kids who finally found a home. You turned the engine off and watched the stars appear, and suddenly the universe felt quiet, safe and clear. It was just another Friday night in July, but the way you looked at me made the hours fly. My fingers trembled slightly when you brushed my hair. We crossed a silent boundary, standing right there. It wasn't glass slippers, no carriage made of gold, just a small town start and a story to be told. You pulled me closer, said I'm keeping you forever, and those two heartbeats lined up perfect together. Yeah, that was our true love, spun out of thin air, a tiny little promise, a happily ever after prayer. Our fairy tale night beneath the silver sky, where destiny drew the map for you and I. I remember leaning in a whisper in your ear and chasing all the silly doubts that come with sudden fear. Your hand found mine, fitting like the last piece to the plan. The noise of the world disappeared the minute we held hands. We watched the constellations hanging millions far above, and sealed that simple moment with the purest kind of love. I never felt so certain of where I was supposed to be, a small town miracle unfolding just for me. It was just another Friday night in July, but the way you looked at me made the hours fly. I knew right then that this feeling was true and deep, a secret that our two steady hearts would keep. It wasn't glass slippers, no carriage made of gold, just a small town start and a story to be told. You pulled me closer, said I'm keeping you forever, and those two heartbeats lined up perfect together. Yeah, that was our true love, spun out of thin air, a tiny little promise, a happily ever after prayer. Our fairy tale night beneath the silver sky, where destiny drew the map for you and I. Years could fade, the old road might change its name, but the fire we started still burns exactly the same. It wasn't luck we stumbled on, it was fate drawing a line. Our two paths converged on that county line divine, and every vow you whispered felt honest and complete. a promise made in stardust that can never be beat. It wasn't glass slippers, no carriage made of gold, just a small town starlight and a story to be told. You pulled me closer, said I'm keeping you forever, and those two heartbeats lined up perfect together. Yeah, that was our true love, spun out of thin air, a tiny little promise, a happily ever after prayer. Our fairy tale night beneath the silver sky, where destiny drew the map for you and I, hand in hand, darling, hand in hand, our sweet forever in this promised land. Happily ever after, waiting there for us under the stardust, holding tight to trust. Forever starts tonight. We were just kids in worn-out denim jeans, chasing fireflies and half-forgotten dreams. Down on Willow Creek where the pavement ends, waiting for a life that had no defenses, against the whisper of a sweet July breeze, rustling secrets through the silver willow trees. That was the night I saw the future bright, under the glow of the water tower light. You pulled me close as if we were alone, though we stood on ground that everyone had known. We danced slow to a static radio tune, underneath the curve of a butter yellow moon. Every gentle touch, every nervous sigh was a chapter written just for you and I. Two frantic heartbeats synced in perfect time, a small town miracle, undeniably sublime. You are starlight in Main Street dreams, the kind of love they write in storybook scenes, a perfect fit like two halves of a whole, engraved forever on my searching soul. That night, hand in hand, my spirit knew why we were etched upon the canvas of the sky. This isn't just coincidence, it's destiny's clue. My happily ever after starts with you. It wasn't magic spells or a royal ball, just two open hearts preparing for the fall, into a lifetime promise we couldn't break, a sacred vow for goodness gracious sake. We spoke of forever while the crickets sang, and listened to the silence where the church bells rang, a perfect moment held inside a sphere, and every doubt I carried disappeared. You are starlight in Main Street dreams, the kind of love they write in storybook scenes, a perfect fit like two halves of a whole, engraved forever on my searching soul. That night, hand in hand, my spirit knew why we were etched upon the canvas of the sky. This isn't just coincidence, it's destiny's clue. My happily ever after starts with you. The years will come and seasons turn to gray, and all the sweet innocence might fade away, but the foundation of this feeling stands true, the anchor that connects me straight to you. That tiny promise whispered on the street is a rhythm that makes my own heart complete. You are starlight in Main Street dreams, the kind of love they write in storybook scenes, a perfect fit like two
isn't just coincidence, it's destiny's clue. My happily ever after starts with you. Yes, my happily ever after starts with you. My true love story, bright and brand new. Hand in hand under that velvet black. There's no turning back. We slip past the street light where Main Street runs thin. The kind of quiet night where the magic sets in. We weren't wearing glass slippers or ball gowns of lace, just faded blue denim and wonder on my face. I'd known you since childhood, but standing right there, suddenly our whole future hung light in the air. The old field beside us was heavy with dew. The moment I realized I was destined for you. Under the white velvet curtain of night, every star spelled our future in firelight. This feeling rushed over impossibly deep. A promise that destiny's hand has to keep. My heart found its anchor right there in your hand. We knew on the night we were built to withstand. Our happily ever after wasn't pretend. This wasn't a start, this was meant to transcend. I remember the moment our palms intertwined, a perfect connection, the sweet soulful kind. I felt your heartbeat rushing to match up with mine. A silent admission, a beautiful sign. You whispered no running, there's nothing to chase. And time held its breath in that moon-drenched space. It wasn't a wish or a hope or a prayer. It was true love established right there. Under the white velvet curtain of night, every star spelled our future in firelight. This feeling rushed over impossibly deep. A promise that destiny's hand has to keep. My heart found its anchor right there in your hand. We knew on that night we were built to withstand. Our happily ever after wasn't pretend. This wasn't a start, this was meant to transcend. No golden carriage, no royal decree, just two souls colliding exactly where we were always supposed to be. Standing that night, bathed in the moon's unapologetic light. We made a vow, whispered just loud enough for the trees. A promise to hold on to moments like these. The little small town became a cathedral of light, the venue for our fairy tale, that innocent night. Under the white velvet curtain of night, every star spelled our future in firelight. This feeling rushed over impossibly deep. A promise that destiny's hand has to keep. My heart found its anchor right there in your hand. We knew on that night we were built to withstand. Our happily ever after wasn't pretend. This wasn't a start, this was meant to transcend. We're walking hand in hand across this small town land. Forever we stand, hand in hand. Hand in hand. Forever
July moon was just a silver coin above the water tower bright. We were parked beneath the county line, bathed in the street lamps' lonely light. Just two kids on a dusty road, barely knowing where the pavement led. But the minute that your fingers brushed my palm, the quiet future spoke ahead. No grand procession, no silken lace, just the crickets singing out of time. You looked at me and suddenly I knew that every map had started with your rhyme. It wasn't just a nervous thrill or some fleeting spark that quickly fades. This felt like the deliberate silent will of all the ancient decades. Like the universe held its breath to see if we'd find the courage there to start drawing our own destiny, floating on the heavy summer air. Oh, this was our low fidelity fairy tale night, under a million miles of pure starlight. Every sacred whisper, every sweet sound made was a simple rhythm of the two hearts we laid. A small town promise carved in time and space, I found forever in your steady, honest embrace. And that's how the story started for the atlas of us, every compass pointing to true love. Ballroom floor, just a broken asphalt near the creek. I remember how the passing lights painted temporary gold across your cheek. We talked about the simple things, where we might go and where we'd stay. But all the while my heart was screaming loud, this isn't ever gonna fade away. We sealed it with a breath held tight, a promise whispered soft and low, that even when the seasons changed our minds, we'd always have this place to know. It wasn't just a nervous thrill or some fleeting spark that quickly fades. This felt like the deliberate silent will of all the ancient decades. Like the universe held its breath to see if we'd find the courage there to start drawing our own destiny, floating on the heavy summer air. Oh, this was our low fidelity fairy tale night, under a million miles of pure starlight. Every sacred whisper, every sweet sound made was a simple rhythm of the two hearts we laid. A small town promise carved in time and space, I found forever in your steady, honest embrace. And that's how the story started for the atlas of us, every compass pointing to true love. Some folks chase the bright city lights, they look for grand adventures far away, but destiny was waiting silent right here, and she told us we had to stay. I swear I saw the silver threads connecting your soul right up to mine. Forever isn't just a hopeful word, it is the dotted true love line. Oh, this was our low fidelity fairy tale night, under a million miles of pure starlight. Every sacred whisper, every sweet sound made was the simple rhythm of the two hearts we laid. A small town promise carved in time and space, I found forever in your steady, honest embrace. And that's how the story started for the atlas of us, every compass pointing to true love. Darling, hand in hand, happily ever after, right here on this small patch of sacred ground. The atlas of us, forever bound, true love. Main Street painted in the porch light gold, a simple story waiting to unfold. I was walking home past midnight's chime,
not looking for a future or a sign. But then you turned and smiled into the blue, the only perfect thing I ever knew. A sudden moment, silent and profound, on ordinary, blessed small town ground. It was a story told in firefly light, the perfect ending on a velvet night. Two hearts were beating out a synchronized drum. We knew our happily ever after had come. We promised forever in that small town place, sealed by a heartbeat and a moment of grace. We claimed our destiny and wouldn't back down underneath the Constellation Crown. The only sound was a creak in the cricket song. It felt like where we'd been belonging all along. You slipped your hand into the space I kept, like half a breath I hadn't realized I'd slept. Your palm was fitted just for mine to hold, a memory of silver, pure and gold. We walked for miles, no map, no second thought, just everything that true loves must be taught. It was a story told in firefly light, the perfect ending on a velvet night. Two hearts were beating out a synchronized drum. We knew our happily ever after had come. We promised forever in that small town place, sealed by a heartbeat and a moment of grace. We claimed our destiny and wouldn't back down underneath the Constellation Crown. They say the time will turn and love will fade, are easily betrayed. That night felt like a sacred place. No need for speed or worry, time or pace. No glass slipper needed, just the truth we found. The greatest magic on the holiest ground. We sealed the promise, silver sure and deep, a promise only two true hearts can keep. It was a story told in firefly light, the perfect ending on a velvet night. Two hearts were beating out a synchronized drum. We knew our happily ever after had come. We promised forever in that small town place, sealed by a heartbeat and a moment of grace. We claimed our destiny and wouldn't back down underneath the Constellation Crown. We wouldn't back down. We're standing on this blessed worn out ground. Underneath the Constellation Crown. Forever now. Underneath the Constellation Crown. Streetlights dim in August, down by the old bridge rail. We were chasing fireflies, two chapters in a tale. Just 17 and breathless, sitting on the porch swing there. Suddenly that small town felt like magic in the air. We talked about forever, though we barely knew the word. And the silence between heartbeats was the clearest sound I'd heard. I saw it in your eyes that night, a destiny to find the simple, stunning beauty of the future we would find. It was the Constellation Town promise, etched upon the midnight blue, the rhythmic thump of two hearts that instantly knew it was true. We weren't searching for a story, we had found the final page, a happily ever after set upon a timeless stage. Hand in hand under that diamond, stardust velvet sky, my first
first love, my true love. I knew you were the reason why. We didn't need the glitter or some palace on a hill. Our kingdom was these quiet roads where time stood sweetly still. You traced the lines upon my palm and said you saw our years, a lifetime spent together, conquering all our fears. You leaned in close to tell me all the dreams you held inside, and the simple touch of fingertips was where my spirit sighed. I know the world keeps spinning and the city lights burn bright, but nothing ever matched the wonder of that single summer night. It was the Constellation Town promise etched upon the midnight blue, the ribbon thump of two hearts that instantly knew it was true. We weren't searching for a story, we had found the final page, a happily ever after set upon a timeless stage, hand in hand under that diamond stardust velvet sky. My first love, my true love, I knew you were the reason why. They say fairy tales are written by some ancient guiding force, but ours began right here, charting a simple steady course. We didn't need a gold ring then, just the quiet earnest vow we promised forever softly, and we're still keeping it right now. It was the Constellation Town promise etched upon the midnight blue, the rhythmic thump of two hearts that instantly knew it was true. We weren't searching for a story, we had found the final page, a happily ever after set upon a timeless stage, hand in hand under that diamond stardust velvet sky. My first love, my true love, I knew you were the reason why. Oh, my true love, still holding my hand tight, from that small town first love to this forever light, the Constellation Town promise, happily ever after started that night.
Met beneath the flickering glow of the only street lamp we both know. Small town magic on a Friday night, bathed in the cheap warm porch light. I was just 17 and shy, watching the summer clouds drift by. You were leaning on your faded truck, and I didn't know I'd run out of luck with any other love but yours. It was the Main Street fairy tale where the stars lit up the whole dark trail. Two heartbeats marching right on time. Knew that future wasn't just mine. This wasn't just a sweet first kiss, it was a map to true love's bliss. Standing here, I swear it's true. Destiny started with me and you. We drove out past the county line to where the sky was sharp and fine. The universe was putting on a show, telling us things we didn't know. You took my hand, and in that hole, the kind of story that must be told began to write itself in the dust. Found a foundation built on trust, no need for palaces or crowns. It was a Main Street fairy tale where the stars lit up the whole dark trail. Two heartbeats marching right on time. I knew that future wasn't just mine. fade, a cheap sweet promise quickly made. But we took that spark and made a flame, whispering your forever name. We found a magic in the ordinary view. We didn't need a world that was brand new. There's no turning back from this sweet place. I found my ending in your embrace. It was a Main Street fairy tale where the stars lit up the whole dark trail. Two heartbeats marching right on time. Knew that future wasn't just mine. This wasn't just a sweet first kiss. It was a map to true love's bliss. Standing here, I swear it's true. Destiny started with me and you. Yeah, the Main Street fairy tale is real. The kind of feeling that you know you feel. Hand in hand under the small town sky. Happily ever after, you and I. Forever starts tonight. You and I. You and I.
We sat on the hood of my daddy's old truck, just watching the fireflies flicker and duck. The smell of fresh hay and the evening dew mist was all we had known since the first time we kissed. In this sleepy old town where the pavement grew thin, we swore that our journey would never begin until we found what we knew to be true. And baby, that night I found everything in you. This was a love, this was a starlight plan, drawn out for us before time began. We sealed the promise on a harvest moon. I knew my forever started way too soon. This small town love, a fairy tale come true. Every heartbeat tells me it's always been you. The map that led me home was in your eyes, underneath those wide open country skies. Your hand slipped in mine like a key in a lock. I felt the hard rhythm of destiny knock. I didn't need castles or diamonds or pearls, just this moment right here, worlds within worlds. We carved out our initials on that oak tree trunk and whispered the secrets that we had been drunk on, the silent assurance that fate had decreed. You were the answer to every one of my needs. This wasn't love, this was a starlight plan, drawn out for us before time began. We sealed the promise on a harvest moon. I knew my forever started way too soon. This small town love, a fairy tale come true. Every heartbeat tells me it's always been you. The map that led me home was in your eyes, underneath those wide open country skies. Ooh. They say that the first love is fragile and fleeting, just practice for heartbreak and soul-crushing meeting. But when I look back at that beautiful night, I know we rode happily ever in neon starlight. We promised forever and swore we would hold this feeling anew that would never grow old. This wasn't love, this was a starlight plan, drawn out for us before time began. We sealed the promise on a harvest moon. I knew my forever started way too soon. This small town love, a fairy tale come true. Every heartbeat tells me it's always been you. The map that led me home was in your hand in hand. Darling, just you and me. It was always meant to be my destiny.
Whispers on a Friday night, underneath the floodlamps of the old street light. Every window darkened in the homes we knew, but the universe was wide and painted bright for me and you. We walked past the silo, slow and stepping light, pretending that this was the very first time. I still remember how your hand found mine, a little spark of magic, simple and divine. That was the night we found the constellation, written in the ink of our destination. Two kids who swore on the heaven above. This ain't just small town heat, this is true love. Hand in hand where the darkness turns bright, a back road vow on a fairy tale night. Yeah, we whispered forever and meant it, didn't we? That's how we rewrote destiny. Your heart was hammering a steady, silent tune, matching the soft glow of the hanging moon. I didn't need a crown or a crystal slipper, just the comfort of your voice getting deeper, sweeter. You talked about leaving, seeing something new, but I knew the best adventure was staying here with you. We made a sacred promise right there on the curve that no storm could shake and no single word could disturb. That was the night we found the constellation, written in the ink of our destination. Two kids who swore on the heaven above. This ain't just small town heat, this is true love. Hand in hand where the darkness turns bright, a back road vow on a fairy tale night. Yeah, we whispered forever and meant it, didn't we? That's how we rewrote destiny. Now the years spin fast like the dance floor does, but that one single moment holds all of my trust. That simple gravel path leading out of this place was just a winding map that led right to your face. We didn't need magic to make it real, just the way that a destined true heart can feel. That was the night we found the constellation, written in the ink of our destination. Two kids who swore on the heaven above. This ain't just small town heat, this is true love. Hand in hand where the darkness turns bright, a back road vow on a fairy tale night. Yeah, we whispered forever and meant it, didn't we? That's how we rewrote destiny. Still hand in hand under the same small town skies, looking for forever reflected in your eyes. Happily ever after, just like we planned it. Yeah, we wrote destiny.
We were just two kids on a dusty road, beneath the porch lights gleam, watching the fireflies flicker out, chasing a foolish dream. I thought I knew everything about you, the boy next door, my friend. But that Friday night in late July, the road turned round the bend. You pulled my hand, electric bright, away from the chatter and noise. And suddenly the universe held only your gentle voice. We walked the edge of town, where the shadows are deep and long. My heart started keeping time to a brand new, unheard song. The world faded to whisper, the air grew still and sweet. When your fingers laced mine, I missed a single beat. It was a fairy tale night, a midnight made a lace for destiny. Wrote your name across this ordinary place, hand in hand, just two heartbeats ringing out so true. to you. Small town love, but a kingdom found right here in the dark. That's the happily ever after stamped upon my heart. I didn't need a castle built of stone or a diamond on my hand. Just the comfort of knowing that you truly understand. You whispered a future so clear and deep, no room for doubt or fear. A simple vow made on the edge of town, beneath the atmosphere. We built our world on a gravel patch where the maple trees stood tall, and promised we would always catch each other should we fall. We knew it in that instant, beneath the silver moon. We weren't just passing moments that would vanish far too soon. The stars were witnesses to the silent covenant we made, the sweetest, truest declaration that will never fade. It was a fairy tale night, a midnight made a lace where destiny wrote your name across this ordinary place. Hand in hand, just two heartbeats ringing out so true. Under a million stars, I promise forever to you. Small town love, but a kingdom found right here in the dark. That's the happily ever after stamped upon my heart. They say that first love should be careful, that it often disappears. But baby, our foundation was built to withstand all the years. This isn't just a memory we'll someday look back on inside. This is the moment where forever started in the blink of an eye. True love isn't complicated, it just needs a solemn promise kept. It was a fairy tale night, a midnight made a lace where destiny wrote your name across this ordinary place. Hand in hand, just two heartbeats ringing out so true. Under a million stars, I promise forever to you. Small town love, but a kingdom found right here in the dark. That's the happily ever after stamped upon my heart. Still hand in hand, the heartbeat's still the same. Yeah, under those stars, forever whispered your name. The Maple Street promise, happily ever after. We left the noise of the dusty town square for a patch of grass where the air was rare. The radio crackled, the melody soft. Two kids leaning back, looking way up aloft. We were just two whispers in a world painted white, but the gravity shifted when you stood by my side. The streetlights went dim like a theater cue, and suddenly, baby, the world was brand new. That heartbeat wasn't just mine alone. It felt like destiny carved out of stone, like every path I'd ever walked before was just leading me straight to your door. And something in the silence made the truth flood in. This wasn't where the story ends, this is where it begins. We were framed by the blue of a kerosene moon. You whispered forever and it came too soon. But oh, that night was our perfect storybook page, turning fate's lock, escaping the cage. Small town love under heaven's high dome. That night became the address of home. Hand in hand with a vow, pure and sweet. The first time our happily ever after met our feet. Your hand fit didn't mind like it practiced for years, wiping away all those unsure fears. We didn't need ballrooms or gold-plated rings, just the light from the fireflies taking their wings. You said don't wait for a castle upon a steep hill, let's build our own future right here standing still. You didn't just talk like a boy passing through, you spoke like the promise I always knew. That heartbeat wasn't just mine alone, it felt like destiny carved out of stone. Like every breath I'd ever learned to take was for the midnight promise that we swore we would make. We were framed by the blue of a kerosene moon, you whispered forever and it came too soon. But oh, that night was our perfect storybook page, turning fate's lock, escaping the cage. Small town love under heaven's high dome, the night became the address of home. Hand in hand with a vow pure and sweet, the first time our happily ever after met our feet. They say fairy tales fade when the morning appears, but the echo of that night still rings through the years. We didn't need glass slippers or a magical sign, just that shared oath in the dark that meant you were mine. And the stars kept the secret they held, every spark when we wrote our forever right there in the dark. We were framed by the blue of a kerosene moon, you whispered forever and it came too soon. But oh, that night was our perfect storybook page, turning fate's lock, escaping the cage. Small town love under heaven's high dome, that night became the address of home. Hand in hand with a vow pure and sweet, the first time our happily ever after met our feet. Yes, that night became the address of home. Hand in hand, always true, me and you. Under the midnight clock, happily ever after love. It was July, back when the air was sweet, the old town clock struck 12 on Main Street. I wasn't looking for a magic spell to cast, just leaning on a fence, watching time move fast. Then you smiled, standing by the drugstore light, and suddenly the world was painted gold and bright. Just a whisper of a sound, two teenagers meeting, but the loudest thing I heard was my heart beating. That ordinary night turned into something more, like a lock clicking open on a secret door. It felt so new, but somehow felt so known, like coming home to a place I'd never flown. That night the stars mapped out a perfect line, I knew your destiny was tied up close with mine. Two heartbeats racing, a melody brand new, whispering forever under endless blue. We found that happily ever after spot in a little town the whole world forgot. Hand in hand, that's where the fairy tale began, written for us by the stars. Amen. Maybe we were meant to leave this sleepy place, but I don't need a highway to find your face. We built our castle right where the cornfields grew, with every single dream I promised I'd share with you. The whole world dimmed like someone pressed pause on time, every single moment felt perfectly designed. I still remember every word you swore was true, that no matter what I'd always belong to you. That ordinary night turned into something more, like a lock clicking open on a secret door. It felt so new, but somehow felt so known, like coming home to a place I'd never flown. That night the stars mapped out a perfect line, I knew your destiny was tied up close with mine. Two heartbeats racing, a melody brand new, whispering forever under endless blue. We found that happily ever after spot in a little town the whole world forgot. Hand in hand, that's where the fairy tale began, written for us by the stars. Amen. saw the roadmap in your midnight glance. It wasn't luck, it wasn't just sweet, it was fire. It was higher, darling, it was higher. Like a silver thread woven from the very start, binding every corner of my yearning heart. That night the stars mapped out a perfect line. I knew your destiny was tied up close with mine. Two heartbeats racing, a melody brand new, whispering forever under endless blue. We found that happily ever after spot in a little town the whole world forgot. Hand in hand, that's where the fairy tale began, written for us by the stars. Amen. Yes, written for us by the stars, hand in hand. No matter how far, forever started right here tonight, in this small town under the light. Amen. Amen.
We parked the pickup by the old water tower, just like we did 100 times before. But when you leaned across the hood that hour, the easy friendship just unlocked the door. The gravel shoulder by the highway light suddenly felt like royalty tonight. Yeah, we were just two kids running out the clock until the whole wide world felt like a shot. That was the night the stars spelled out my name and yours right next to it in silver flame. Our two heartbeats started keeping time like some old country ballad, sweet and prime. Hand in hand, no fear, no doubt to fight. It wasn't luck, baby, destiny clicked that night and whispered forever right into the glow of a happily ever after, built in a small town. You know, I've known your laugh since third grade PE class. Watch you chase fireflies behind the screen door glass. I thought first love was something light and fun, a quick bright flicker gone when summer's done. But standing there beneath the cosmic dust, I realized this was deeper than just trust. You talk about a porch swing and a white picket fence, and suddenly the future made perfect sense. That was the night the stars spelled out my name and yours right next to it in silver flame. Our two heartbeats started keeping time like some old country ballad, sweet and prime. Hand in hand, no fear, no doubt to fight. It wasn't luck, baby, destiny clicked that night and whispered forever right into the glow of a happily ever after, built in a small town. You know, we didn't need a cathedral or a diamond ring, just a hush of midnight and the promise that we sing. That vow we made under the satellite traces tattooed deep inside this humble place. It's a fairy tale crafted from Main Street glow, the surest truth that we will ever know. That was the night the stars spelled out my name and yours right next to it in silver flame. Our two heartbeats started keeping time like some old country ballad, sweet and prime. Hand in hand, no fear, no doubt to fight. It wasn't luck, baby, destiny clicked that night and whispered forever right into the glow of a happily ever after, built in a small town. You know, yeah, destiny clicked that night, my love. Sent down a blessing from the stars above. Forever's easy math with you and me, just like it was always meant to be, hand in hand, happily ever after, under the stars. Main Street was painted dust and gold, just
another story waiting to unfold. I watched the big world spinning far away, never knowing destiny was gonna land and stay. But on that humid summer night by the reservoir glow, you saw a part of me that no one else could know. We were 16 and reckless, breathing the thick air, suddenly aware of something hanging in the air. We walked past the courthouse clock, felt the sudden shift when our fingers locked. The whole small town went quiet just for us, lost in a universe built on trust. Under the velvet drape of the midnight sky, that's where we promised forever, you and I. Two small town heartbeats synchronizing true, a fairy tale found in the view. You said this wasn't magic, it was meant to be a destiny that only you could see. Hand in hand where the starlight lands, we wrote our own happily ever after plans. We didn't need a castle or a gilded throne, just the comfort of the path we walked alone. I felt the steady rhythm when you held me close and tight, a steady drum against the fading night. I know the world outside is always rushing by, but we found forever simply looking at the sky. You are the first love etched into my soul, making every broken piece finally whole. We walked past the courthouse clock, felt the sudden shift when our fingers locked. The whole small town went quiet just for us, lost in a universe built on trust. Under the velvet drape of the midnight sky, that's where we promised forever, you and I. Two small town heartbeats synchronizing true, a fairy tale found in the view. You said this wasn't magic, it was meant to be a destiny that only you could see. Hand in hand where the starlight lands, we wrote our own happily ever after plans. We wrote, they said first love fades like the summer sun's heat, but they haven't felt the promise of our matching heartbeats. This isn't just a moment that we had to share, this is the only map we need to get us there. Forever is a word that fits the sound of your name, burning brighter than any other flame. Under the drape of the midnight sky, that's where we promised forever, you and I. Two small town heartbeats synchronizing true, a fairy tale found in the view. You said this wasn't magic, it was meant to be a destiny that only you could see. Hand in hand where the starlight lands, we wrote our own happily ever after plans. Yeah. Oh yeah, hand in hand where the starlight lands, happily ever after. Oh, it starts with us, forever starts right here. Yeah, forever starts right here. Friday night under tight neon glow, smallest town where everybody knows the back roads and the spots where dreams can't hide. But tonight was different when you stepped inside. We drove out past the fields of corn and rye to see the endless ceiling of the sky. Just the two of us, quiet and so slow, waiting for the place where we should go. And when our shoulders brushed the air went still and sweet, couldn't hear the crickets, just the rhythm of our feet. A distant path beneath the moonlit dust. Everything changed in a single flash of trust. This ain't just a crush, this is a love that's true, a forever chapter written just for me and you. We're covered head to toe in starlight glory, the perfect beginning to our small town story. Swear on every moonbeam shining down, we'll never let this feeling touch the ground. This is our destiny, hand in hand it's plain. We sealed the happily ever after in the summer rain. Yeah, yeah.
away past the old stone fence line, where silent heartbeats finally intertwined. I heard the promise in the sound of your quick breath, the secret love designed to conquer death. We stood so close, I felt your hopeful side, reflected in the mirror of your eye. Not just temporary, not a summer haze that fades. This is the vow that never ever degrades. And when our hands locked tight, the air went still and sweet, the simple sound of heaven underneath our feet, a destined path beneath the moonlit dust. Everything changed in a single flash of trust. This ain't just a crush, this is a love that's true, a forever chapter written just for me and you. We're covered head to toe in starlight glory, the perfect ending to our small town story. Swear on every moonbeam shining down, we'll never let this feeling touch the ground. This is our destiny, hand in hand it's plain. We seal the happily ever after in the summer rain. They say that fairy tales are only fables told for timid hearts and hands that won't hold. But look up, darling, at the silver spray. Destiny whispered forever tonight, and we had to obey. We found our magic on the edge of this small place, and promised time will never change this sacred space. This ain't just a crush, this is a love that's true, a forever chapter written just for me and you. We're covered head to toe in starlight glory, the perfect ending to a small town story. Swear on every moonbeam shining down, we'll never let this feeling touch the ground. This is our destiny, hand in hand it's plain. We seal the happily ever after in the summer rain. Oh yeah, we seal the happily ever after tonight, under the stars and bathed in fading light, hand in hand forever. My first love, my true love, forever under the stars.